G'day punters, welcome to a Caulfield Cup special preview. Myself and Jack Dickens, we're going runner by runner in the big race, the Cup. Dicko, fascinating race, fascinating day.
A more exciting race than normal, I'd say, because we have a much better handle on most of the runners. We've seen a lot of them progress through their sort of entire careers, and especially the most recent preps. There's no horses coming over with massive spruiks that we're relying on ancient ways of measuring, speed and the ability of a horse to come up with a price and decide if it's a bet or not. So, excited to bet up in the Caulfield Cup, and the card itself looks really good. We've got a stack of rain predicted for this afternoon, but it should be dry and not raining through the card tomorrow. I was listening to RSN before, and their track manager is predicting a soft 6, soft 7, so should be good enough. They did race on the 9-metre rail on Wednesday, so I'd say you don't want to be swooping in big fat fields like the Caulfield Cup, but I'm sure we'll find out by race 9.
Okay, so we're going to look at this race horse by horse throughout the Caulfield Cup. We're just previewing that race. There will be a stream preview with yourself and TB, Terry Bailey, the Saint.
Mark Roden, Jackson Oldham. Then we'll head up to Queensland. We'll get Shane Curlio, and it's going to be a big day on Saturday.
Okay.
Pray for us.
Stay tuned for that. Let's start with Homesman. We'll bring up the speed map just below so you can have a look at your speed map there. But Homesman's the first runner. $41 is the best available as of Friday morning.
Yeah, I don't know what Geordie Charles does. He could cross and just go to the front and lead. He could cross and hand up to the coffin. I think Ollie and Brett Preble on Delphi and Incentivise will want to make this a pretty strongly run race. Look like Delphi is a pretty fast, hard travelling horse with what it did on Saturday at Caulfield. We know how tough Incentivise is off its big performances at Flemington. Homesman was, it's probably the best horse in this race, but it's not in the best form going into this race. Probabil's forms is decent. I think the horse is going good. I think the quick backup suits. Half cheering for Geordie Child, who I think's lost the ride on Nonconformist, so I think it's a big chance of winning.
Okay.
But not a bet for us.
Number 2 is Incentivise, drawn barrier 19 for Preble. Obviously was odds on this time last week. Now best available $2.50.
I think if I just still find it hard to get a real gauge on the horse. Like, is Youngworther any good? We're about to find out on Saturday, but it still pains me that this horse didn't win a Derby, but it's $10 shot to win a Caulfield Cup 12 months later. It's complete torture, but I think it's going to get a really good run. I think we get a better price if you want to back it because of the barrier, but the barrier is actually a positive for the horse. I think heavy to soft is a slight risk. Like, we haven't seen it on a soft track, like a soft track against good horses yet. It was a soft 5 at Flemington, but a Flemington soft 5 is probably a little bit different to a Caulfield soft 6, soft 7, which is what we're predicting or has been predicted. So I make the horse $3.20. If it got out past that, I don't think we'd even save on it, though, because it'd sort of be a bit stinky. I reckon it might steam late. Moody's horses can steam, but we will be risking it.
Okay. Preble riding outstanding form. 21 of his last 100 he has ridden to victory. Explosive.
He's right on Wednesday when he pocketed Ollie on Alcyone. Thing of beauty.
Yeah. Number 3, Explosive Jack. Drawn gate 1 for John Allen. The horse currently best available $17.
SP 41s 2 weeks ago versus Incentivise.
Yep.
They want me to take half the price here. Is barrier 1. John Allen is a Group 1 rider, an elite rider, great rider. John Allen I don't like on inside draws. This horse either gets pocketed and loses all momentum, or he sneaks and circles them all. I don't think the horse is going good enough to do that and win. Suspect he sneaks, gets out and around him, or loses the momentum but gets out eventually and hits the line pretty nicely for a Melbourne Cup sort of trial.
Yep. 1-3 Derby's obviously last preparation. You'd expect it keeps going, but I agree. Gate 1, if it had a wider gate, I'd be more happy to have something on. The Chosen One, Wellbacked first up this prep over the mile. finally gets itself out to 2,400 as it did last start when it ran second to Delphi. That was 7 days ago. $13.
Enormous last week against the pattern, against the shape of the race. Proper rider. Barrier 9. Good barrier. Ran third in this race last year to Very Elegant and Anthony Van Dyke, who, in my opinion, are a little bit sharper than this race. Incentivise knocked off Very Elegant last week or 2 weeks ago, but Very Elegant was a $2 favourite to beat it that day. I think this is an easier Caulfield Cup than last year. I think with a bit of D-Lane brilliance, this horse is going to be very hard to beat. And if he gets no luck, I think he'll still be savaging the line and can still win. I think $13 is a good price. I think it's a bet.
Okay, you've got the synthetic hoof filler back on, but it did have that on in the Sydney Cup and it ran 6th, beaten 4.5 lengths. So you just have to trust the trainers, I guess, in that situation.
I think they're as good a trainer as there is.
Okay. But certainly fat splits on the way home there last start. Ocean Billy, which is a Kiwi, transferred to Waller, and you're getting $91.
One of the harder horses to profile for us. I think the market will tell you. The market's sort of saying at the moment, don't worry about it. If it was sort of 91s, 81s into 41s, start to get nervous, but let's not worry about it.
Okay.
It does look like it has a little bit of tactical speed, though.
Drawn ideally gate 7. Salino is number 6 for Waller once more. Fred Kersley's on board. Drawn 16, but again, $91.
Don't think it wants it soft. It was very shit at Flemington with a big SP profile. I don't think it's going to be suited here.
Okay.
Fred's flying. I don't think this horse is. Don't think it can win.
I think one of the more interesting runners on the card is Persan. It was really good first up. Bit flat there last start.
You liked this horse, didn't you? First up or second up?
Yeah, first up. Sort of loomed and then Floating Artist got past it late, but goes Curry to Meach, drawn 11, $26. Handles all conditions and obviously has the good performances in some of the better races there last prep.
Fulham's elite. She's flying. She's a very, very good rider. I think maybe this is a bit short of its best. It might be a little bit like Floating Artist, but you know that from barrier 11, Linda's going to probably give this horse every possible. Has got a little bit of tactical speed. There looks to be a sort of not a lot of lead speed here. There'll be like Delphi, Incentivised, Homesman. That's probably it. Then there's a sort of pack of them there, and this is where this horse is. So if it pings, it can be right in the race, but if it's a bit slow, probably worse than midfield.
Yep. Number 8, Quick Thinker, is scratched. Chapata is number 9. Best available $71. Drawn 17 for Stackhouse.
I think this horse isn't hopeless versus the price. If you're getting sort of north of 100s on the fair, we'll probably be having at least a chop on the horse. It's capable of big figures. It's capable of winning big races. It's very, very hard to catch, but at 100 to 1, it's not really a decision you need to make. You just need to neutralise the horse or get something small out of it, in my opinion. I think it's going to get back, probably going to be last, probably going to smash the line, and you want to back it in the Melbourne Cup. Okay.
Delphi has drawn inside just by 1 gate to incentivise. You've got the goat on board and Oliver on the quick backup.
52.5 kilos, so he's wasted to get to this. Want to make sure he's sort of riding well and feeling good if you can leading up to the race. I think it's going to be a real battle of tactics between he and Preble. I think that they want to go as quick as they sort, not stupid quick, but they want to make it a proper test. I think Geordie Childs will give way if they do show intent and these two will lead. Just be a battle of tactics. It's going to be fascinating. Brett Preble was, one of the greats. He was like one of the best in the world, and he's starting to fly again. There's 2 of the all-time Australian great riders, and they're on 2 of the big chances in a big race with a lot more locals or local form than normal. It's a great story. I think that Delphi's flying. I think it's a big push that Oliver has wasted for the ride, and I like the barrier draw. If he was drawn 4 or 5 and everyone's like perfect barrier, if it's half slow, just back and buried in the surf, no good. This is the best rider in Australia. Barrier suits. I think this horse is a bet too.
Okay. Number 11 is Master of Wine. You're getting $26. This horse arguably should have won the Bart Cummings.
Yeah, we backed it at $51 there, and it was good. Now I feel like it's a little bit short. Dean Holland, though, is a rider who we can trust. He is flying. The market, I think this horse softens because it's Dean Holland, but they're wrong. He's riding really, really well. Master of Wine will be a horse that'll be there or thereabouts for us and might be a bet later on. So I don't want to take the price now. I think it's sort of SP profile recently means it's a bit short, but you can drag it back to last year, this race. It SP'd $7 and was heavily, heavily back to win last year's Caulfield Cup. It's 1 from 2 on a heavy, so like I can't talk you out of backing this horse if you want to back it right now.
Yep. Number 12, Montefilia, brings the Sydney form down to Melbourne. Winner of the Metrop there last start. Best available price-wise is $15. Drawn 12 for Jai McNeil.
I think Explosive Jack's a better horse. I think Jai from barrier 12 is pain. I think this horse has ability. And yeah, if everything goes right, it's going to go very, very close. But it's a risk with Jai from 12. Jai is potentially, probably for me, the opposite to John Allen. I prefer Jai drawn barrier 1 and John drawn barrier 12. So I'm going to risk the horse. Don't think it can win.
Okay, Portugaume, drawn 6 for Harry Coffey and Hayes and Hayes. Currently, the best available is $81.
Ticking over has that international profile where you could just sort of ignore everything it's done till it sort of, gets to the big, big race. It's been over 2,500 metres. It's now going back to 2,400 metres. It's going to be fit enough. He can ride. If you like it, I couldn't talk you out of it, but it's not one we're going to be with.
Okay. She's Ideal, another Sydney horse on the way down. Drawn 5 for Craig Newitt. Beyond Baker, blinkers back on.
Excuses last start too. Probably ridden against this pattern. Drawn barrier 5, Craig Newitt. You'd think this horse could get a really, really cheap run here.
Yep.
I think some people might try and make a case for this horse, and it'd be pretty hard to knock. It ran second to Sir Dragonet, who's last year's Cox Plate winner. It seems to spike, yo-yo, its ratings, its form. Barrier 5, Craig Newitt could suit this horse big time, so definitely a player.
Okay. $34 best available for She's Ideal. Young Verta. Gate 8, D Moore, Danny O'Brien. Best available, you're getting $10.
I can't get over the price. It just makes me sick. I think this horse is really good. Hence the enormous bet on it to win the Victorian Derby last year, Peter.
Yes.
I think D Moore's flying. I think barrier 8's a really good barrier for the horse. I don't think he has to be last. I think D Moore's a deep thinker, and barrier 8 suits him. He can put this horse in a really nice spot. There's a bunch of speed in that middle section, as I spoke about, and you'll see on our speed map. I think the horse can win. I don't know how I feel if it does, but I won't be backing it at the price.
Fascinating horse, isn't it? Finally a 4-year-old. Would have loved to have seen it in the flesh, just to see how it's grown and matured since being a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Number 16's Nonconformist. Craig Williams on board from gate 15. $12 best available as of right now. Again on the quick backup.
It's a bet. It's a positive jockey change. With Jordan tries to Craig Williams. No offence, Geordie, but Willow's Willow. Awkward barrier, but he's the deepest thinker in all of sport properly, let alone the Victorian riding race. He'll figure out something. It SP'd favourite versus the Delphi when it beat it 2 back. Now I'm getting a bigger price. They both back up. If you like Delphi, which I do, you have to be with Nonconformist. You need to trust Craig Williams to ride a big race in a big race. I think it's a gamble worth having at the price. I think this horse has had really good ability for a very, very long time. A couple of frustrating sort of performances last prep, but putting it together now. Was there to beat Probabile last start. It was just a bob of the head, really, wasn't it? The form's spot on. The profile's good. The prep looks spot on. I think Graham Begg can really, really train. We know Craig can ride. Barrier's awkward, but it's pretty hard to not back this horse the way I do form. I think this is a bet and a really big winning chance.
Okay. 17. Do I? Drawn 3 for Mick D, Ed Cummings. This is on the super short backup, obviously raced on Wednesday, and price is $19.
Hard to profile, sort of still on the up. I'm happy to risk at the price. I think it gets bigger. I think it was blessed in run on Wednesday. It could well get blessed in run here, but it just needs to ping, and he needs a lot to go right in that sort of first 250 metres where you go, oh shit, if we're not on, oh shit. Or, yeah, good decision not to be on. And vice versa if you backed it. Because it's going to be do or die for this horse in the first 250 metres. We're going to be risking it, but definitely on the up. Trainers flying, combos flying.
Okay.
They're 1 from 1.
18. Yeah, 1 from 1. 18 is Charm Star, Yendel and Waller, $91. Drawn gate 4.
They ran second to Duas at it was $8 at Eagle Farm 2 back last prep, which I sort of found and thought that was interesting.
Yep.
Chris Waller. This horse scared me a little bit. Barrier 4, Chris Waller. I think this is one of the rougher horses in the race that can run a big race. And if you want to throw it into your sort of trifectas and first fours, I would.
Okay.
If you're playing that way.
First emergency, Great House, drawn 2. No jockey listed as of this stage. $91 for it too.
Yeah, I don't think can win.
Okay. And then number 20 is Constantinople. Again, best available, $301, but it's second emergency, drawn 15.
Don't think it can win.
Okie dokes. Dickens, what's the staking plan for the Caulfield Cup?
We're going to spend $150, $50 on 3 horses. That's number 4, the chosen one, $50 on it, $13, Peter.
Yep.
Number 16, Nonconformist, $50 on at $12, please, Peter. And then number 10, Delphi, $50 on at the $8.50, please, Peter. Guys, I hope you have a fat Caulfield Cup. It's a huge day's racing. We've got Everest and Caulfield Cup. You don't even have to join the Punters Club if you don't want to, but we're going to be doing a preview show on Saturday with me, TB, Shane Curlio, maybe Pete, definitely Rob, Jackson, Mark Roden, who knows who else. That'll be up around midday to 11 a.m, maybe Melbourne time on Saturday, and then from 3 till 6 p.m. we're going to stream on our YouTube with TB steering as we try and roll home some winners in the quaddie. And there's a Punters Club. If you want to join, head to themailbag.com.au and you'll see it on the homepage. Peter, God bless you.